Hello, Rosario.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are
Good.
you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
And nice to meet you
So
too.
far away, but with Zoom so close, actually.
Exactly, yeah. Isn't it wonderful?
Yes.
So tell me, how are things where now at the moment for
Well,
you?
at the moment, we are just, thank God, we're working.
Mm,
But at the moment, we are also taking care of a new production from Marco, which is a piece he made for NDT2. And so we are going to take a bit this piece and yeah, but just doing training, just being there, like working and waiting for our turn to finally work even more beside the training.
yeah.
And we just had a premiere of The Lover live streaming. There was a
Mhm.
month ago, which we were very glad to do that. These
Yeah.
hard times, it's very hard to be on stage. So
So the streamings are wonderful because it's at least something to work for, but do you also find you missing the audience?
a lot,
Yeah.
a lot, because the audience somehow it gives us energy,
Yeah.
and we are live performers. And
Mm.
I don't know actually what a live streaming, where can we go, because it
Yeah.
doesn't really give us the feeling of dancing for someone.
Mm.
We are just living for the moment. So as soon as we go on stage, we just put all our emotion into it. So, and it's very, I have to say, when we did the live streaming, it was very hard.
Mm.
But at the same time, we're so glad to be on stage that the emotion came even more, because a live streaming, you don't really feel the connection with the dancers, and so we don't feel the connection towards the audience.
Yeah.
And with a live performance, there is like just a beautiful exchange of energies,
Mm.
and you appreciate much more what our job is,
Yeah.
to change people's lives, because
That's
we
so
do,
true.
we do, we
No,
do.
definitely. And I also think that there's so many things now that you have to take into consideration, and for artists already, on stage, there's so much to think about, and it's routines. But then now there's also this additional thing of this physical closeness, that's not possible. So.
Yeah.
Is that something that you think about, or that you have to be conscious about the whole time, or how do you do that?
Well, luckily for this live streaming we did, we were tested
Oh,
twice a
okay.
week, and we were able to touch each other. But before that, when a year ago everything started, we didn't have the test. I mean, no one was ready for such a disaster to happen. So at the end, we just tried to figure it out how to make pieces possible even without touching. And there is like this human contact that we need, to be
Yeah.
real, feel the moment. So we were very lucky now to be tested twice a week, so
Hmm.
we could actually get closer and sweat together. So it was, yeah,
Hmm.
it was nice. It was nice.
Yeah, but initially, when the lockdown was announced, I mean, I have sympathy for everybody, but for the dancers especially, because of the effect that it has on your on many things, because of how you train and where you train, and that you're always together. So how did that affect you initially? Or
Well, at
tell
the
me,
beginning,
what happened when lockdown was announced? Did you have a production, or anything that you were busy rehearsing for?
I think at the time we did a premiere of Three Generations, which was a triple bill, and we were just performing this program. Then we had, I think, a week off, and then I went to Italy. I went home. And that's where everything started. You know, Italy was the first country to make the first strongest lockdown. And luckily I had time to come back, because when I got back the day after, they closed the country completely.
Wow.
So, and it was just a strange feeling at the beginning, because I was seeing my country in a lockdown, like artists, everyone was home. They were not even able to go in the street unless for important matters. But and we were here rehearsing, we were here preparing the shows. And I think we did 2 shows in that week. And then after the lockdown came here. And then right once the lockdown started, the theater closed, also in Germany. And then we had, well, honestly, I put myself in quarantine for 2 weeks because I was so scared, you know, to get the virus. I was hearing so many things and I was so afraid, which in a way was nice to get some time for myself. But after 2 weeks, I was like, oh my God, I got in contact with so many friends that, you know, because being involved in our routine 100%, it just makes you, you know, we work here for our, we live in this country because of our job. And if we don't do that, it's a bit strange. So after 2 weeks, it was nice to get in contact with people, to hear, hey, how are you? Everyone is in the same situation. So there was kind of like this like, how you say, like pushing up, you know, we were pushing us up and be like, we can get together, everything's gonna be fine, we can be strong and so on. But after 2 weeks, I was like, oh my God, it's actually, it will not be that easy. So my 3rd week in quarantine, it was a shock. It was a shock after I had to find something else to do. And then I started to draw, I started to paint, I was trying to sing, I don't know, I was trying to hear music, but nothing of it was fulfilling my soul. So, and then I found myself kind of lost. I really went down, like psychologically, that I had to ask help to some colleagues, that I was so down. I was like, I need to get out of this apartment because I don't know if I can survive that, you know. And plus, I mean, Hanover, where I'm living at the moment, it's famous because most of the time it's gray. And in these 2 weeks, there was sun coming out, you know, the atmosphere changed, and not being able to go out, not even for a walk, because, you know, I was just trying to not go for unnecessary matters outside. So I was just trying to keep myself in the apartment. And at the time, it was not this apartment, it was a smaller apartment. And with my cat, we were just freaking out a bit. So I was like, I don't want to do anything to myself. I don't want that nothing happens. So I need to get out. So, and then I put the mask, I put the gloves. At the time, I was just covering myself as much as I could in order to visit friends. And straight away, I didn't want contact, direct contact. So not hugging, no having the normal routine, which it made me also understand how precious that was. I kind of lost that, and I lost myself. And then it was very hard. And also our company, you know, like no one was ready for any of it to happen. So, and our ballet masters decided to do training online, and which was beautiful. I was seeing my friends on Zoom, my colleagues as well, you know, and then I was seeing people, everyone was trying to give their best because we didn't want to stop. It came out of the blue, everything. But then after a while, also it's not enough. It was not enough. And plus the apartment I was living in, the floor was kind of not straight. So I was starting to get like knee pain, like hip pain, back pain. And I was like, this is also not good for our health, like body wise, mental and body. It was not good. So it was like a huge fight against it. But at the end of the day, what can we do? There was, at the time, it was what we had, and we had to live with it. Good or in a bad way, we had to go for this. At least we're doing something.
This anxiousness about the virus that you put yourself in quarantine, was it because you saw what happened in Italy? Was it when you returned?
I when I was at the time, like when I was in that week off in Napoli, I was seeing people not going out already, so I didn't really feel it. I heard it after. You know,
Oh, I
when
see.
lockdown came, I realized, no way, this is serious. At the
Yeah,
time, I think it was still epidemic. It was not
yeah,
pandemic. It was not affected the entire world. And then I was thinking, like, all these people are dying out there. So,
yeah,
and this it kind of made me anxious, like even with the closest one. And then they said, maybe it can affect animals. So there was like a lot of doubt in the air. And I was kind of like, okay, not even a dog, not even a cat, not even a person, like, you
yeah,
know, I was just freaking out. I was not going to the supermarket
really.
anymore
Mm.
because anyway, after I got the news from Italy's lockdown, I went to do like the food shopping for a year. I don't know, because I was just I was
Yeah,
anxious about it. I didn't want anything to happen to my family, first of all, to me, to my friends, to any of us. And like, we were very lucky that none of us got a positive result at the
oh
time.
really, oh yeah.
Only our pianist
Mm.
got the virus, and she was having a hard time. So we also had an example in
Mm.
the company, in our team. And this, it made me scared so
But
much.
so everybody, you are all very conscious, and and everybody looks after themselves so that nobody gets ill. So that's wonderful.
Yeah.
How many members are you in the company?
Well, we are around about 28, 29
Yeah,
company, only the dancers. And then we have two ballet meisters, two pianists, our, of course, director and co-director. So
yeah.
we are a bunch of people.
Oh, okay. So, and yeah, and that's wonderful that everybody takes responsibility. And this that I do find with the artists, they are very conscious of this. And I think, you understand what's, the consequences of this whole illness on you, and especially, physically for you as dancers. But I do understand this. Well, I say I understand. I do have sympathy with this, like you say, the online classes, that it doesn't work in the flat, where you live. And it's also that thing that what you say, this looking for, or this energy that you have as dancers between each other, that you need that as well, that closeness.
And especially, like, I moved to Hanover 6 months before the pandemic will.
Oh, yeah,
So it's like a new group. Everyone wants to give the best. And, we didn't really have time to get close to each other. So it was like a trying out. This is normal everywhere. When there's a new group, we need to find our chemistry, our balance, our energy within one another. So when this came, it also throw down this
yeah,
trying, to be close to each other. Although each one of us has their private lives, but at the end, at work, we were trying to become a group, the company, and this made it even harder.
yeah.
Because now, especially, we go on and off, and for
Mm,
the body, this is a mess,
mm,
because I never saw so many injuries in our company as much as now. Although we try our best to keep us in shape, but by doing training, it's good, you move, but it doesn't shape your body in order to attempt other things, and sometimes we were doing yoga, and so we were doing workshop between each other. We tried, but going on and off, it's a disaster.
Mm. Yeah, this is what I think about a lot as well, is the you know, the muscles in your body. Since you trained, you know, it's non-stop really. I don't know what age were you when you started, but you know, when you do start doing the training as a dancer, you know, it's always full on. And it's always those times over summer where you have a break, but it's then, you know, it's the 2 months, and then but then it's the same thing. And now it's been a year of this, like you say, this on off. And I can understand that it can be probably. Do you find it also a bit sort of demotivating to think that all, you know, that your body is not in shape anymore, that because you can feel it, you know, it's part of you, so you can feel it.
Yeah, like you can feel that like dancers, we always have our brain connected to our body. And when you go in a routine of, especially in a company like ours, we do so many different styles. You shape your body for each different style, and you are able to change it constantly during a performance or during a rehearsal. And the fact that at some point brain and body was not connected anymore, this was the hard time, because we like from 100 we went to 0, and then I saw our team, like our ballet maestro, our direction, trying to give us food, you know, to give us motivation at start. But for how long this could have gone, you know? Also from their side, I know that this is very difficult situation. So as an artist, we all have to embrace each other and understand each other. It's not only the dancers, there is also people in the office, they're struggling with it. So at some point I saw they were trying to do things, and then we're like, okay, we do it, but then no, we have to stay home again. And then, okay, we start only with training. So you see that brain and body was not connected anymore, because the brain wanted the motivation, the brain wanted the freedom. So the body, but the body was not, let's say, in shape.
Yeah.
It was not going like side by side anymore. So there is a lot of emotional ups and downs as well. So the body, lately I had, while we were working for this, the Lover, for this production that we did, we were like full on, but the body was not ready. And then so it takes like 3 times more the effort to get to the point. And then once normally we are on stage, we grow with the performances, we go on and on. And it was just one time thing. So everyone was giving their best to get this feeling, which was nice, which was very nice.
Yeah.
We were all super glad and lucky, because as I can hear, not many companies do that because they don't have the opportunities, because it's also very expensive.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just this.
It's you're touching something very interesting. It's this thing where you have say a production, and it's a run of 5 or 6 performances or even more, and it's this, you know, developing from the first one to the second one, and it's that is now also not there when you do the streaming. I haven't thought about that, but yeah, you're absolutely right.
Because we artists, of course, we like any kind of artist, they grow in the studios. We grow together, we create, we build something. Then this process goes on stage. It doesn't mean it's finished. It means that from that point, we will go up and down, because it's part of a process to go up and down. But then you will grow with it. You, especially when there is characters, even though there is no characters, you keep researching things, and you keep going a different mood, in a different way, different approach on stage. And you have this constant like push up, you know, within the adrenaline, within the audience, the light, and music, live music especially. So, and to not be able to do that, it's hard. Therefore, I don't think the live streaming is good. It gives hope. It gives a lot of views, definitely, but is not nothing compared to what a live streaming, to what a live performance can be.
Performance. Yeah, I think it's that it's always we're trying to see the positive in this, and the positive is that that so many more people can now see it, you know, and can now be aware of your company and can be aware of the dancers and so on. So, and
They
of
can
course
also
the
be
production.
aware, sorry to interrupt you, they can also be aware of what a real job dancing
Yes,
is. Because for so many people still today, they keep asking me the same question. What are you doing as a job? I'm like, I'm a dancer. Yeah, but I mean, what are you doing as a job?
yes, yeah,
I'm dancing.
yeah.
So people sees it,
Yeah.
you know. My family was able to see me after I left the city, which I was 16 years old. Now I'm 31. And after 15 years, they didn't see me dance. And now they saw me and they were like, wow, now we see what you do, basically.
You're right,
So, and
yeah.
it's also very important for that. But still, a live performance is a live performance. Nothing to discuss about it.
Yeah. And I wonder if all these live streamings will in fact, you know, make people more interested and make people more thinking, wow, I would have loved to see this live. Or, you know, now it's so comfortable to just sit and watch it. But it might be that it's you know, either uh, um, you know, encourages a child to be interested in dance, or you never know who sees it. And like you say, you know, now it can go all over the world to any country.
Yes.
And anybody will be able to see it. So that at least is the positive to that. But yeah, everybody's saying the same thing, that this you know, that the live concerts, that's the thing.
The live streaming is also positive because it will bring younger audience, you know, towards us. You know, I think generations, like we always try to transfer to the younger audience or younger people our passion. Then they will choose what they want to like it or not. But I think it's one of the most positive thing of the live streaming, that people sees that dancing, it's something. It's not just moving. It's more than that. Because in the Lover there was a lot of characters, and you know, Marco was giving us all the input to create it, to be something. And when I think about a younger audience seeing that, I appreciate it. I'm very excited for them. You know, they can get closer to the theater.
And Marco, is he the choreographer?
Marco Göke is our artistic director.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes, he got the artistic direction in 2019, August 2019.
Oh, wow. So just before.
New group. You know, everything was new, and everything, the internet changed as well. So everything was fresh and everyone was so excited. I will never forget the first months we had there at the time. But now, of course, it's a bit destroyed by the fact of having him also there, able finally to create this evening for the entire company, because he understood the situation, and he gave a chance to everyone to be on stage. Who more, who less, but everyone was on stage. We had no time because we had a set day, and even though he didn't give up on his dancers, and this I found it very beautiful from him. You know, and yeah, of course he had to adjust 5 days before, because it's a live streaming. You know, with the audience, they see everything. With the live streaming, it's gonna be seen only few things, and he was fact-based before, he was changing everything because it's live streaming. So I'm sure wherever we will go on stage with a live performance, he will have to adjust a few other
Oh yeah,
things.
yeah. Mm.
Because I saw the piece from backstage as well when I was not dancing. It was just touching and beautiful. I mean, that's his thing.
Yeah.
Very honest.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
But will you, is there a link that you can send me for this performance, or is it not?
Unfortunately, the performance, it was online for a month, and I think it was until the 27th of
I see.
March. It was
Um,
online, but I think they're trying to put two performances in April.
oh, I see.
It was for free for a month. And now, of course, they also don't know what is going to happen. But I think the
Yeah.
idea they're having, which is very beautiful, to keep it for 2 more days in April, or trying with a small audience, because now there is the option of
Oh,
testing
yes.
the audience before they come in. So they're trying few things. I think they tried it in Berlin and it worked very well. So we're not so far from Berlin. So I hope they're going to try that. And I really hope that, you know, this testing is the exit for the beginning out of the
Yeah.
live streaming.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's not online anymore, but as soon as I will get information in the next weeks, I will be very happy
Yeah.
to
Please let
send
me
the
know.
link. Yes, I will let you know as soon as we know
Yeah.
something.
You talked about the young audiences and that you want to reach the young audiences, but I'm also talking to artists about art education, and I'm thinking that shouldn't we now insist that children study art in school, all aspects of art, you know, music and dancing and visual arts, that we give them the opportunity to express themselves, but also to develop, to have this development. And you know, not everybody will become artists, but they will at least become the audiences who can appreciate the art, because you can only understand something if you have the knowledge for it.
Yeah.
And what is your opinion on that?
I think this is something that they should definitely do. You know, because if when you go to school, I've been in that place myself. You know, I was going to school and we had, yes, we had drawing, we had a different way of expressing ourselves. But if you want to dance, you want to do music or acting or singing, you have to go to a special school. So this, I found it very hard because, you know, with the timing of the school, it sometimes was very hard to run, take the metro and go to the ballet class. So I think this is something that schools, especially nowadays, that the younger generation is struggling as well. They are very young. They are getting a lot of, in a way, a lot of experience from this pandemic situation. So I believe that this will help them also to find their ways of expressing themselves, which would be amazing to put it in a 1 or 2 hours a day in the normal school. Perhaps we are organizing here in Hannover a project that we are going to go into school.
That would be amazing.
Yes, they organize these meetings, which I really hope it will happen, because we don't know also school, sometimes they can also close in one day. And we are opera singers, musicians, dancers, actors. We are all meeting step by step to create a sort of process in order to introduce the younger generations.
Wonderful.
When I was a kid dancing in Stuttgart, before coming here to Hannover, we also had something like that, but it was more, it was actually the same, showing them how a dancer's day goes on, from the training to the breaks, to the rehearsal, to the performance. So we were just going through the daily routine of a dancer. And we were going to hospitals as well for our older generations. our young
Wonderful.
generations, which it's wonderful, but sometimes it affected us so much because unfortunately we're going to, I don't know the German word, hospizio for, it was this hospital for younger sick
Oh, I
kids.
see. Yeah,
So
yeah.
and sometimes we would do this every time, and sometimes you would go there and you you want to hug them, you see them, they are happy, we give them life, and the next time, you don't know if this kid will be there
Yeah.
or not.
Mm.
And this was the sad thing of this project, but I always supported 100% because even though there was an exchange of emotions. And so since I saw that also in Hanover, we're going to do that, I'm super excited about it
Yes.
because this is so important to bring the younger
Mm.
into arts in general. It can
Mm.
be any kind of arts. Of course, as an opera house, we bring that, but they should see even more because there is so much
Exactly.
to discover out.
Mm.
There is so much to discover out there.
I spoke to a composer who told me that he went to a school. It was also in Germany, and for 3 days, I think, he did a little project with them, um, composing something with the younger children, and he said he was amazed with what they came up with. And I was talking to some ballet dancers saying, can you just imagine if a choreographer could go in a school with young children and just do the basics of choreography and say, give them a chance to express themselves through dance.
Yeah.
And then there's not this, because there's also many dancers tell me about this male misconception of male dancers, boys doing dance, and we will not have that if everybody's doing it, and if in schools it's just the norm to dance, and then there would not be this prejudice, but when you talk about ballet and boys dancing,
They shouldn't have genders, for this.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
completely wrong.
yeah, but
We have girls doing football as well.
exactly,
So, and
yeah,
it's
yeah,
beautiful. It's beautiful. It's like, I remember when I moved away from Napoli, I went to study in Florence. And there was this year we were in the entire school, 35 boys.
mm,
And there was written on the newspaper, the dance word, it became male because
oh,
there is this kind of, I'm a ballerina, I'm a dancer, I'm a little girl.
yeah,
There is a lot of young boys out there, so talented. And
mm,
sometimes the close-minded people they have around, it stops them in order
yeah,
to express themselves as well. So this
exactly,
is
yeah,
something that I think this will help as well. If we bring art, dancing, everything inside of the school, this will help them, also the parents, because the parents don't know, and they will
exactly,
see
yeah,
their kids enjoying the moment to be themselves and to be open. And
mm.
I think we should definitely go for that.
Yeah, I think, and also the reason why I think it's so important that we make it a subject in the school, uh, is to make children understand also the importance, because yes, it has the entertainment value, but it has to have an importance value as well, because if you only do it after school, or if you only do it once a week, then the child's perception of art is that it's just for fun, or just
Entertaining
entertainment.
themselves. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when they start making choices for careers, then
Mhm.
parents would say things like, yeah, but you have to study maths because otherwise you'll never get a job, or yeah, and because otherwise you
That
can't
is a
go to
lot as well.
university, and then we're thinking, yes, but you can also be a dancer and work so hard and have such a wonderful career. And you know, I think we speak this language of no, but you have to study this, or with the schools say for entry level you have to do maths and science. Yet there are so many children who I think would be excellent in art, in any form of art, music, or you know, drama or things like that, who could then develop in this artist. But I think the thing that needs to change is that we should not just see it as entertainment. We should see it really as part of our development. Also, now in this pandemic, where everybody reverts to art when they're at home, they now switch the television on or start baking or start, because that's also a type of art, or start painting or so. You know, we all revert to art. The moment something happens, we listen to music or we revert to art. So it's important for our psyche as well. So you know, that it should be seen that way. I
And we
think,
shouldn't give
and
up
the
also.
only way I think it could be through education.
We shouldn't give up on this as well.
No, I'm so
Because
passionate about
as I
that.
keep, as I keep saying,
Yeah,
the younger generation is struggling also a lot, you know, and I have to hear sad news sometimes that kids are arriving to the point of killing themselves. This is very
yeah.
hard. So, and us as a human beings, we have to take care of them. So we have to be strong enough to take care of them. So we cannot give up on this. I got also a lot of bullying when I was young. Ah, you're a dancer. Yeah, you're gay. I'm like, yes, so what?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
look where I am now and look where you are now,
yeah, yeah.
you know? And of course, I don't want to make like differences between my life and other people's life, but
No, I understand what you're
and
saying. Yeah,
it really gives you life and your
yeah.
soul is happy. And
Mm,
the youngest, they're suffering a lot. Like
mm,
they are not able to study. Like I remember the time when I was going to school, wake up very early. I was like, my God, it's so heavy. But I am today because what I am today is also because of it. And these
yeah.
people, these young kids, they don't have that anymore because it's a year they are studying from home.
Yeah,
Sometimes they go back to school. Sometimes they see their friends, but each 2 months they go back home and study. So they also miss contact. And
yeah,
I think what we miss, they also miss, but with the 80% more of feelings.
yeah.
It's
You're right.
80% more harder for them, which I hope, because they're very young, they will forget about it. Hopefully, once everything gets normal. But you know, it's hard. It will be hard also for them to go out of the routine of what they're
Yeah,
having.
yeah,
So it's going to be very hard, and they will not know how to meet someone. They will like they will keep the distance because they don't know how to approach, because now they're just with the phone constantly for studying, for calling the friends, and so on. So
yeah.
this is very hard, and we have to work harder for them in order for them to not have a trauma in their entire life.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're asking us to stay home. They're not sending us out there to fight someone or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
So we can be strong for them. I think that I have 12 nephews, so and they are so young and so beautiful and pure. And I think that's why that's where I got the strength from.
Mm,
And every time I'm down, because I'm still having ups and downs, I still think of them
mm.
and be like, okay, I have to create the future for them. But not only because I have nephews, because I see around. We are not close-minded. We can just give them something,
Yeah.
a better future.
But this project that you're doing for the going to the schools, I think that is such an important part also, because I think that is also one of the things that I feel that artists should talk about their journeys or their path, or like you're saying now, you know, where you come from and how you started and how this developed, and the positive things that dance is bringing for you, or the art is bringing for you, and also the talk about the projects you are doing, because I think this makes people very inquisitive if you start talking about how you see this project or how you dance this project.
Yeah.
And I've listened to musicians talk about, for example, Beethoven, and just how they express how they feel about this music makes me want to go out and go to a Beethoven concert. You know,
Yeah.
really, this is how they just talk about this. Then I think, you know, extraordinary. I've never thought about it that way, and I wonder if this communication could be more open, you know, and artists start expressing their feeling about what they're doing, then
Yeah.
audiences would also, that would sort of light a fire, you know. And it's not just, then it's not just the music, but it's that sort of help, or that education of how to look at this, you know. And everybody will still look at it and still experience it in a different way, but you're
Yeah.
just igniting a little fire and saying, you know. And
Help us between us artists imagine what it could bring to this young
yes, yes,
generation, you know, like we are, of course we didn't start yet because of the rules we are having, we cannot meet,
yeah,
but the idea of going one day to a school and show them that dancer, opera singer, actor and musician can work together and make a combination out of it with the help of the kids, it
mm,
will improve a lot in their education and also in our education,
yeah,
because
yeah,
it gives us the strength to go on
yeah,
as well. So it's how you say, it's like a repayment. We repay each other in this way.
mm. Yeah, that's true. I think there's a musical, and they sing a song, or the actor says something that from teaching, um, the teacher actually learns more by teaching the children, you know, learn more from themselves and from the children. So there's that also that double that energy, you know, from getting and receiving, and I think that will also happen.
This should be also in our daily life as human beings. You know,
Yeah.
it's not only about arts in
Mm,
general. It's, I don't think I'm 31 years old now and I know everything. I go
yeah.
home whenever it's time to go home and spend time with my nephews. I learn so much from
Mm,
them because they're so genuine, so pure. They are not malicious at all. And this, we we can embrace that again in
yeah, yeah,
our brain.
yeah. But Rosario, tell me, what did you do in lockdown? So you said you were a bit very much low, and but did you, but you mentioned that you painted, but what did you do to sort of, in the spare time, did you do a hobby or something? Did you start doing something
Mhm.
that you otherwise never have time for?
The fact that I was lost, I was trying to do many things at the same time,
Yeah.
and I started to draw. And of course, I start to draw faces, which is very hard. And one of my colleagues, he gave me some instructions. He gave me a book how to start that, and I was like, okay. And then I draw. Of course, I draw. I miss my mom. I don't have my father anymore, and so I draw him. You know, they're my mentors, and that was the first thing I started to do. And then I started with painting as well. And then I was just doing things, you know, like doing like a flower. Horrible, I tell you,
Yeah.
horrible. But you know, it was
Yeah.
maybe in 100 years would be a piece of art. I don't know. You know, at the end, I was just trying things, and
Yeah.
of course, because I didn't move so much, it didn't really fulfill me. And then I think I started to go into meditation as well. I started
Mm.
to meditate so much and practicing, you know, like what my like what I want to be in the future, you know, and
Mm.
seeing something over this time.
Yeah.
So and find strength within myself.
Mm.
And once in a while that I still have ups and downs, I just go and then I meditate. It's not I'm not using anyway also the meditation as a solution or as an answer. I just
Mm.
want to take time for myself.
Mm.
Although we have a lot of time for ourselves, but
Yeah.
you
But that.
know, very concentrating within ourselves and
Mm.
to which doesn't have to be selfish. It's just trying to go inside of ourselves to really feel what we have, to just
Mm.
accept what we're going through
Yeah.
at the moment, and then go on always and trying to improve day by day what we have and try
Yeah.
to bring something forward.
Now, I do believe in meditation. I think it's wonderful, and you know, I think also in this time, just taking time to walk or to go in nature or just to, yeah, I think just to sit and reflect. I think this is very important for the brain, you know, to make that shift from being in the now and then just, you know, yeah. But
Definitely.
tell me, what is your wish for when this is all over,
Whoa.
or your wishes?
Honestly, I'm not pretentious at all. I just wish that human beings, first of all, learn something from it,
Yeah.
definitely, and that this bad experience, from this bad experience, we can still take the positive side
Mm.
of it, and to not lose what we gain, to forgive the pain as well, and that we just are more open to anything, anything.
Mm.
But this is in life in general, not about theaters or arts. It's we need to be more open-minded, because I'm
Mm.
afraid that this pandemic will put us apart even more. But once everything goes back to normal, which let's try to define normal after this pandemic, will be very
Yeah.
hard. So we have to adapt ourselves to that normal after the pandemic. So I just wish for the human beings like to be more open. And we have heard so much in this time. I'm 31 years old. I've heard so much about racism and you know, like homophobia and all this. We just have to accept one another, because what we have, it's beautiful and it's magic. We we have to go for that.
Mm.
Yeah. And that's what I wish. I don't wish anything personal to me. I just
Yeah.
wish for the human beings that
Mm.
we embrace this new open mind mentality, and it will help them too, you know.
Yeah.
Stop
Uh,
fighting. Let's try to listen each other a bit more, because it doesn't have to be a fight all the time. We can just conversate and exchange ideas and accept one another the way we are. And
yeah.
that's it. That's all actually I wish once
But I,
everything is normal.
yeah, yeah, but I think I don't think anybody could get out of this unchanged. I think we are all affected. Um, and I think we are all affected in every country. You know, this is the first time that every person on this earth is affected with this.
Maybe
So
would be, who knows?
yeah,
Maybe
yeah. So
karma, you
maybe,
know?
yeah. Well,
Maybe.
I've heard many such wonderful wishes. You know, that people were wishing for this. You know, that mankind could be more, you know, aware of each other, and you know, that we look after the earth as well, and
Especially.
so many wonderful wishes. And yeah, and of course, I hope also that for artists, you know, there's a new revival in art, so that people now, you know, who have only been able to watch it on their screens, now have this real urge to go to the theaters and go and watch live performances and so on. So, and of course, for you dancers, I hope you will be able to also physically, you know, get back into that that routine. But I thank you so much for your time.
Thank you too for yours.
And your wonderful insight. And please let me know this also, if there's any information about this project that you're doing at the schools. That would be very interesting to know. And would you mind if I, pardon?
It's a work in progress for
Yeah,
this project. I will, as soon as I know more secure when and how, I will
a
definitely
website or
share.
anything, you know, yeah, if there's any information on the website. I'm recording this. Is it all right if I post it on YouTube?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's fine. Yes, yes, of course, of course.
I will send you the link, and
Thank
you
you so
can
much.
show your mama. I'm sure you can show it to your mama. She will be very.
Yeah, I have to translate it though.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
But have a lovely afternoon or a lovely evening. Yeah.
Yes, you too, and thank you so much for creating this idea, this project. Go for it, go on, because
Thank you.
amazing. And then I'm so looking forward to see other people what they say, because you know it doesn't mean what I say it's right from my point of view, and to see other points of views, I think it's just beautiful. Thank you so much, Petra, and stay healthy mainly.
No, but I think it's very important that you all say give your opinion, because I think you see things, artists see things in a different way as well. And it would, it's good that, and it's also good the way you explain how it feels to be on stage and the energy from the audience. Because from a dancer's perspective, then it's also important for the audience to know how much they are appreciated, and vice versa. So I think this, you appreciating the audience and the audience appreciating what you do, and it's suddenly these two important factors, and this is what art is all about. It's not just the artist, but it's also the people viewing and appreciating it. Yeah. Okay, Rosario.
So much,
Thank you
Petra.
so much.
Have a
Okay.
great evening.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
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 Ciao.
Bye.